Leo, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It's a message for Leo, sun, moon, and rising sign. This is an energy reading, so please take it where and how it resonates in your life. And if you're not a Leo and you don't know why you've been drawn to this, it's because it's absolutely for you. This only comes to you if it's for you. And this is where your message begins. This is in the past. So think about whatever was going on. Whatever, it already happened. Like everything all followed, like fell through. But this was like almost like the worry that things were going to happen. The worry that something was going to completely collapse. And maybe it has. But you're still kind of stuck in this energy of however it traumatized you when it happened. Right? Or the fact that, I'm not that's going to happen to me again. And so in a lot of ways, you think this isn't going to work out either. Whatever's happening right now isn't going to work out either. Or you're sitting here causing your own kind of stagnation because of this anxiety about what happened in the past, not letting yourself take the risks you normally would, or feeling as happy or radiating your beautiful charisma the way you normally would. There's an energy of stagnation here because of something that collapsed and fell apart in the past. Now sometimes that's not actually a bad thing. It's not like I'm wagging my finger at you, Leo. It's about you need to know something or understand something or learn a lesson from something, and it's like you're not going to be able to move on from it until you do. And it's not like even a test. It's like if you don't have the strength and you don't have this wisdom, then you're not the person that you need to be and to move on to the next step. And so there's just this energy of something that you're still looking at, you're still seeking, you're still wondering, why did this happen? What was I supposed to get out of it? Or you're still stuck in the mentality of this horrible pain that happened to you. And so you're looking at everything now through the lens of, well, that's how it's always going to be, or kind of prejudicing situations that are current based on the lens of defeat. And that's not where you want to be. And maybe you don't even know you're there. Maybe you think it's intellect, right? You think, I'm so much stronger. I'm so much more responsible. I won't take those risks anymore. But it's like the universe wants you to take those risks again. They want you to start fresh. They want you to have that mindset of, I can do anything again. Or yes, of course, these people are going to love me. Instead of being stuck in that moment or in that time that caused you a great deal of anxiety. So let's hold on. There's a lot of cards that came out for you. So let's begin. We have your aspirations. So you have your dreams, your wishes, your aspirations, what you know is your ideal circumstance or situation, your guiding star, your North Star. And this is your North Star. This is the star card. Aquarius energy is directly opposite from Leo energy on the zodiac wheel. So it is sort of the North Star for the other energy. It is, if I can understand that and I can learn about that and I could live up to and embody that energy, I'm not trying to change myself. I will make myself the best of myself, because where I'm really going to arrive is not completely opposite of what I am, but completely in balance of where I'm supposed to go, right? And so that's sort of like that balancing energy. That's why you want those things so bad, is because you admire. There's something here that you admire. And this is a 6 of Wands, which is a victory, success, abundance, prosperity, homecoming, feeling really comfortable in yourself, like happy. People are proud of you. And you lift everybody else up too. You come home and everybody's cheering for you because it's like a sports team when they win. They actually represent everybody that lives in that town. They're the representative. So it's like part of their victory, even though everybody didn't execute it. It's like everybody feels like your victory is my victory. That's why we're so proud of you. So you could be kind of like a hometown hero, right? And then we have a new start or a new beginning, a new idea, a new inspiration, trying new things, like getting out there and feeling. Maybe when you were young, maybe this has to do with you're young. So something happened after you came home. Something happened after, okay, we're getting the story here. Something happened after you came home. After you were this ideal, everything was going wonderful. People are celebrating you. You're so, this is exactly how Leo wants to feel. Maybe there's even there's just something new. You feel like, oh, everything's going to be new. Everything's going to be fresh. Everything's going to be the way that, just everything is going to be wonderful now. It's like you thought you had this beautiful homecoming, and then there's defeat there, and then there's deceit. There's people attacking you, people harming you, ripping that up. A group or a person that came in, narcissistic. It's like the higher you are, the harder I work at just cutting you down. And that's what the Five of Swords is. Somebody that would cut down somebody else's success to make themselves feel better. Like that's that low vibrational energy. And I feel like that's what we're getting. We're understanding now what the hell happened in the past. And then we have this. Maybe it was bad news that came in and cut you down. Maybe somebody served you paperwork or something that cut you down. Or maybe it was just an attack on you in terms of your character, attacking your character. But this is a sense of somebody just came at you. The Knight of Swords then is the mentality of you raising up your sword to defend against those people who would try to cut other people down, or taking on the mentality of that, happy birthday, Doug Denny, that hero mentality of taking other people down. Or striking out, speaking up against those who would harm others, or the people who hurt you, like defending yourself, but you're still stuck in that mentality. You're still stuck in that energy, and that's not a bad energy to be stuck in. But then that became almost your mudra moving forward. That became almost your lot on life. And it became your tradition, and it became almost what you were stuck with. It became your new tradition. It maybe in some ways even became your new identity. And a lot of this stuff, Leo, is we could very subconscious, right? We may not even know that we're doing this kind of stuff, because part of repairing from a trauma, something that really upset you in the past, is you take on a new identity based on how you were hurt. And part of understanding trauma and healing from trauma is realizing that those parts of you, or the you that you are, is not actually you. It's who you had to be to survive the trauma. And so what God is calling you now to do is see that even though that's become your new norm, it's become almost your religion, your mantra, your mindset, that's not who you are. God's calling you to remember who the fuck you were before you got hurt that bad. God's calling you to remember that person was not weak, and you mistook being hurt for being weak. Like you were only hurt because you were weak, and so you had to be the exact opposite. You weren't hurt because you were weak. You were hurt because somebody else was malicious and horrible, and they were probably hurt. And what they did was almost like a virus. They spread their trauma and their hurt to you. And you haven't thought right ever since. And so this is a reminder. This is the awakening to make you see that there's a difference between what you were made by this virus of fear and anxiety than who you actually are, so that you can now open yourself up, heart and soul, to what you are meant for, or who you are meant to be with, and what you're meant to accomplish. Because where you are right now is you're getting stuck. You're stuck. You're actually stuck. And you may have made a lot of success, and that's probably the problem, is like a lot of times we achieve a great deal when we're in that traumatized modality, because we're kind of running from the devil. Instead of seeing it, we're kind of running from the devil. And we're not realizing that really we're running from our old self, which is also meant to accomplish great things. And this can be your fuel, but it will also be your prison if you don't realize it's become your prison and be able to break out of it now. Now you're ready. You're ready to break out of this prison of trauma, this prison of success from trauma. There's so much more out there for you, and you're about to encounter it. However, the first day that the chains break away, it causes you a lot of pain. It kind of like rips off pieces of you. It's like think of ripping off a Band-Aid times a million. You think the chains are part of you. You didn't even realize they weren't anymore. You don't know yourself without them. Well, they're about to fall off. And that's going to cause a great deal of pain. But it's liberation. That's what it is. It's liberation from whatever this thought process is that you got stuck in because you had to, not because you are it or you were supposed to. Remember, guys, if you need a personal reading, go to my website, www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com. You can book and schedule a number of different services there, but only there, only through my website. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell. Select all notifications so that you'll know when I go live here. This is the only place I do it. I go live and give free, interactive, free public tarot card readings if you'd like to join. Let's keep moving forward. So I'm calling, what do we need, God? What do we need then? What do we need? What's going to happen? What all of a sudden okay. Fate intervenes. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse is not when bad luck happens. It's when destiny happens. So something is going on here with you, Leo, that is destined, and it's going to make you change direction. It's like this is the wheel. God takes over and spins you into the direction you're supposed to be headed. I think that maybe you pondered this, or you kind of know it, or you've been thinking about this for a while, but you're stuck. You're stuck. Yeah, there's stubbornness here. There's lack of self-esteem here. There's lack of sense of self here. You're insecure. You're insecure. You don't like feeling this week. You're insecure. You could also be dealing with somebody who is extraordinarily insecure, who likes to control things simply because they want to stop you. They don't want you to move forward without them, but they're not ready. If this is a person, but I think this is you. I think this is, I don't know who the hell I am going in this direction. Well, that's why God's pointing you in the direction. Because you have to remember who the fuck you are. Because who you've been for the past, I don't know how many weeks, months, years, is not actually who you are. It's who you had to become because of your trauma. And you're about to get redirected to who the fuck you are. But they're little, and they're vulnerable, and they're weak because you haven't been paying any attention to them because you wrote them off as insignificant. But they're not insignificant. They're your sincerity. And this is what you were really destined for. Oh, wow. I'm getting the shivers in all kinds of ways from this reading. Oh, and you're going to find yourself. This is headed toward the sense of self that is everything that you, like feeling good about who you are. Credit where credit is due. Giving credit where credit is due. Like this could be Virgo energy of somebody that you're dealing with, but I think it's more a sense of you. It's a sense of feeling good about yourself again, being comfortable in your own skin, and having all the resources around you to be able to give yourself what you need and to heal and to be healed. This is a sense of healed. This is a sense of like your wounded identity, your wounded sense of self-esteem. It's healed. This is a knowing of your own value, a certainty of your own worth. And other people are coming toward you. This is a collaborative effort. Being strong enough to be in the room with the right people. Maybe this is like being somebody that other people admire. Standing your ground, but standing your ground from a place of health and sincerity. This is also the energy of people noticing you, noticing your work, people valuing you. This is more, you value yourself. And then this is people want to collaborate with you because they value you. So there's this energy of a gathering. I don't know what kind of gathering you're going to be a part of. It has to do with work. It has to do with building yourself up, building people up. Why is this gathering or these people's eyes on Leo so important? There was somebody that you were disconnected from. There was some sort of leaving behind. Somebody dumped you. Maybe you've been working in isolation for a long time and you didn't even realize it. And now you're opening yourself up to collaboration. You haven't done this in a while. Okay, clarify, please, why the Eight of Swords dropped. The sense of feeling so isolated. Okay, but it's in your mind. It could just be in your mind. The Sun card, that's you. So what the clarifiers tell me is, because these cards they mean certain things, but they can be applied in so many ways. It means that this was you, Leo. You're the isolated one. You haven't been in working with others or really in a pair or a connectivity or collaborative energy maybe for a very long time. And ultimately, now you feel good enough about yourself to be able to do that, is what the cards are saying. Okay, I feel called to this deck. Okay, there's a sense of you have been isolated from yourself. And now you're not going to be anymore. We have go the distance, keep moving forward. Maybe you feel a little weird. Or you're stopped. I don't know if you just stopped, like you were making progress and you were moving forward, and then all of a sudden you just stopped, right? There was just this energy of nope, no more, not going in, or you paused. That's your trauma response. God wants you to know that's your trauma response. God wants you to keep moving forward, whatever this collaboration is, because the bells and the red flags, not necessarily red flags, but the alarm bells that are going off are really trauma responses. So keep moving forward, go all the way. Follow the routine that you set. Trust yourself enough, right? It's a sense of this is your own book, right? This is the sense of keep going, keep going. I think maybe you are getting shut down or you felt isolated. Stick to the plan. And the reason why you made this plan is because it's actually divinely guided. It's actually going to lead you into a pretty kind of silly, unpredictable, uncomfortable place. And it needs to. It needs to, because you need to be the you that can handle yourself in that space. But you're never going to be able to handle yourself in that space until you have to put yourself in that space. So why is it that Leo is being called to this space? What is happening? King of Cups, your feelings, your emotions, self-awareness, self-certainty, knowing who you are, feeling secure in who you are. King of Cups to me is emotional clarity and emotional stability. So you're being led to a place where you're actually going to be able to feel better about everything that you are. Let's continue this and see who's collaborating with you over in the extended. The link is down below or up and it's the top of the comment section too. I'll see you guys there.